We talk about healthcare when really it's not a healthcare system, it's a sick care system, right? It's a system that waits until you have some kind of significant symptom at least. And usually by the time you have a symptom, the diseases are very far advanced. And then it waits till you have a symptom, and then it really goes in there and helps control the symptoms. Waits till you have pain. We're really good at controlling symptoms, of taking pain away, controlling things for the short term. But 80% of what we see in our medical system and our healthcare system is chronic disease. And chronic disease does not really lend itself well to that model of waiting for symptoms to occur and then going in there and try to fix those symptoms. The chronic disease, and this is really epitomizes my journey into the medical world as well. I started out as a scientist and then went in and did my medical degree, and am a primary care physician. And in primary care, 80% of what I saw was chronic disease. And the tools that I learned in medicine weren't enough to actually change the trajectory of those diseases. I wasn't able to reverse those diseases with the tools I learned, and I wasn't able to prevent them. That's the most important thing. So these chronic diseases have very long kind of what we call long latency diseases. They take a long time to develop. You don't just catch diabetes overnight. Right. A lot of people might think you do. They might think that, gosh, I just got, I went to my doctor and he told me I have diabetes. And it's like, well, no, that diabetes probably was developing over the last couple decades, not just in the last time, couple weeks before you went to the doctor. Now, by the time you get symptoms from diabetes, that you've probably had the diabetes for another decade before it often causes symptoms where it's really a problem. So all of that is set up. If we wait until you have symptoms and then we wait to just control those symptoms, we're not doing anything to change the people who get disease in the first place. We're not preventing them, and we're not doing anything to reverse those diseases. We're all familiar with being told, at least I was, like, don't go to your doctor unless you're really sick. Right? It has to be really bad before you go see your doctor. And so that's really the wrong mindset to think about. How are we going to change this? And it really is, we've talked about a pandemic that we just went through, but it's an epidemic, and I'd say a pandemic of chronic disease that we're in the middle of right now. And that chronic disease, if we wait until the end and really try to treat people once we have symptoms, is going to really bankrupt our whole healthcare system as it is today, especially with Medicare, where, aging is the biggest risk factor for getting these chronic diseases. And as our population ages, we are going to see more and more and more of this. And the answer is not, I was listening to a program where they were talking about the epidemic of Alzheimer's disease that was coming down the pipe as our population ages. And if we wait, as the answer was on the people talking on the radio program I was listening to, we don't have enough nursing homes was the answer. We need to start building more nursing homes now. In my view, that's waiting way until the horse is out of the barn, right? It is to close the barn doors. We need to catch things. We need to prevent Alzheimer's. And that's what we're doing at Fountain Life, is really just changing that whole conversation around healthcare from that reactive model, waiting till you get sick, to being very proactive, finding things very early, when they're way more treatable, when they're easily reversible. And that's what's going to change the trajectory, not just of the healthcare system, but a lot of people are going to benefit from that as well.